Sing, 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 sing. I'm a guy who's gotta sing. Got to sing, well and shout. Sing until I'm all sung out. Swing, 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 swing. Life can be a swinging thing. When you're low, don't delay. Let those low notes go away. Every morning I arise, clear my throat and I vocalize. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That's the only life for me. Sing, 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 sing. I'm a guy who's gotta sing. Got to sing, well and shout. Sing until I'm all sung out. Sing out, swing out. Hey now, well now, ho, ho. Everybody go, go, go. Every morning I arise, I clear my throat and I vocalize. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. That's the only life for me. Sing, 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 sing. I'm a guy who's gotta sing. Got to sing, well and shout. Sing until I'm all sung out. Sing, 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 sing. When you're low, don't delay. Let those low notes go away. Sing. When you're low, don't delay. Let yourself go.
Breathless world of your embrace, your little laugh and half surprise, the starlight gleaming in your little eyes, remembering all those little things. All of a sudden, my heart sings. All of a sudden, my heart sings. When I remember those little things, the way that you dance and you hold me tight, the way that you kiss me and you say goodnight, the crazy things we say and we do, the fun it is to be with you, the magic thrill that's in your touch. Oh, my darling, I love you so much. The secret way you hold my hand, to let me know you understand the wind and the rain upon your face, the breathless world of your embrace, your little laugh and half surprise. I see the starlight and it's gleaming in those little eyes, remembering all those little things. All of a sudden, my probably guessed by now, those were the Grenadiers that you saw earlier. And later you're going to see Johnny Carson and Miss Linda Scott. You know, this is the third time that I've sung in England, and I must say that each time is always a very enjoyable experience. In fact, I remember the very first time that I sang here, that was quite a few years ago. I was much, much younger then, you know. But I must say that I was treated very handsomely by all the producers. They saw to it that I had everything that I wanted. I had a chauffeur and had a car, had a nursemaid, you know. They certainly tell me that time flies, because when I got here this trip, everybody kept asking me about my wife. Now, can you imagine me with a wife? Those wedding bells back there, they're not for me, you know. I got some pretty good years left in me. In fact, I'm at what you would call the in-between age. You know, I'm too old for Brenda Lee, and I'm too young for Zsa Zsa Gabor. I'm right in the middle there somewhere. But the wedding march has played a very important part in my career in the past year, year and a half. In fact, if you can just recall some of the news events, you just might remember what has been happening. And if you don't, I'll try and fill you in on a few of the details and see if it all comes back to you. Tommy Sands, myself, and Darren were a bachelors combined. But those wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Well, Sands went and flipped for Nancy. Frank Sinatra said, that's a fine. Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. Now, Bobby he and Sandra D are married and they're both gone. Everyone is having fun except me and Frankie Avalon. Miss Rouse has eyes for Elvis, and Presley thinks she's just divine. Wedding bells are breaking up that old gang of mine. I'm walking behind them, each one as they go. I'm walking behind them, but I'm saying no. Right now they're quite blissful, but when bliss has fled, they'll think of old Polly, and they'll wish they were dead. No, I'm not getting married in the morning. Don't care how loud the bells may chime. Gals understand me, they don't try to land me. Gonna get away in time. I hear my buddy Ricky Nelson found him a chick who's just sublime. She may get Ricky, I'm just too tricky. Gonna get away in time. But as for Fabian, heaven knows, he just can't wait till Sinatra's daughter goes. Someday a gal is gonna nab me, not while I am in my prime. Preachers make me nervous, I'm gonna join the service, and I'm gonna spend a lot of time. This wedding bell just rings and rings. They've taken every son of things. Wedding bell, they're just breaking up that old gang of know, I've got a confession to make to you. No, it's not what you're thinking. I'm definitely not getting married in the morning. What I've got to confess is that, you know, have you ever heard that performers always on their way to the theater, they always have something funny happen to them? Well, on my way to the studio this evening, absolutely nothing funny happened. Nothing, you know. But when I got here, luckily enough, there was something funny waiting right here. And luckily enough for all of us, he's still here, and I would like you to meet him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Johnny Carson. Johnny? Johnny, you don't need a nursemaid. I mean, you're a grown man.
I know, Paul, but why should you kids have all the fun?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Come along, Nursey. It's time for walkies.
You sneaky. He's right. Kids do have all the fun, I guess. Good evening. Well, you'll have to admit one thing so far, friends. I walk fairly well. My name is Johnny Carson. I know that Paul just mentioned it a moment ago, but I just wanted to hear that wave of excitement run through the audience once more, because I know you're pretty thrilled. You see, it's a little unusual for anybody to come from the States here who's never been on English television before because, you know, nobody knows you. Now, it's a little different in the United States. You see, I'm on every day of the week over there, and I can just walk outside, you know, and people will stop in the street and they'll point and they'll say, "Hey, there goes what's-his-name." But really, it's a great pleasure to be in England. It's a delightful country. I flew over. I have a little bone to pick with the airlines. I'm not anti-airline, understand. But I flew because I saw their advertisements in the magazines. And the airlines always have a lovely picture of some people sitting in the lounge of the airplane, and they're sipping champagne, and they're pretty girls and fellas, and they're laughing, and they're having a grand time. And the advertisement says, "Be sure and fly, meet new friends, have stimulating conversation, exchange ideas." Well, now, the plane I came over on, first of all, didn't have a lounge. And my seat passenger was a fellow by the name of Earl Langston. And I will tell you about the stimulating conversation we had all the way from New York to London. As a matter of fact, I kept an exact record of what we talked about on the way here. We left New York at 10 o'clock in the morning, and at 11:42, Mr. Langston said, "Great day to fly." And I said, "Uh-huh." At 12:56, Mr. Langston said, "I just can't believe we're traveling over 500 miles an hour." And I said, "Me neither." At 1:30, Mr. Langston said, "Those Wright brothers really started something." And I said, "Sure beats walking." And at 2:12, Mr. Langston said, "Excuse me, I see it's vacant now." That was at 2:12, and at 2:15, Mr. Langston said, "Why do they always hit an air pocket while I'm in there?" Well, you know, yes. So that was a stimulating conversation, but really it is a thrill, seriously, to be here in England. I've always wanted to come here since a kid. I have several reasons for coming here. I wanted to see all your historic sites, the Tower of London, Trafalgar Square and the White Cliffs of Dover. And besides, they're starting to draft us again in the United States, and I thought this would be a nice time to take a trip. Incidentally, all of the other comedians who've been over here told me, they said, "You've got to go to England." They said it's the land of golden opportunity for comedians. And they're right. I've been here just about a week, and already I've amassed a small fortune. I quit smoking. You can do it here. And I sympathize with you. I understand you've not only got new taxes on cigarettes, but there's tax now on wine and beer and whiskey. And if a trend like that keeps up, pretty soon they're going to start taxing luxuries, and it'll get out of hand. For you folks who might not have read the papers, for some time, I'd like to fill you in on what's going on in the United States. For example, you may have heard that we have a new baby in the White House. He'll be 44 this November. No, I think I better stay here now. No, we have the same problems over there, a lot of you folks here. For example, in schools. Now, I've got youngsters in school. I think your children in this country really mature a little faster. I talked to an 11-year-old boy yesterday. He's taking algebra. I have an 11-year-old boy. He's learning to wave goodbye. There seems to be a different... And in the United States, you see, we have what they call progressive schools. And they let the children express themselves and do what they want, you know, free and uninhibited. Now, the school building looks the same in the progressive school, except the front door has been torn off. For example, I'll give you an idea of the way a progressive school works. I have a young friend of mine who teaches the first grade. And there was an incident one day where the children came in from recess, and she said, "Children, I was just out into the cloakroom, and there seems to be a small puddle of water on the cloakroom floor." And she says, "We don't embarrass anybody here," she says, "but whoever the child is, I would like him to leave the room while we all put our hands over our eyes and, you know, take care of it." So all the children put their hand over their eyes, and the teacher counts 1, 2, 3, 4. You hear footsteps get up. Their door closes, the door opens, you hear footsteps back to the desk, and the teacher says, 5960. She says, "See, now this is a progressive school." Nobody was embarrassed. So she goes out to the coat room, and there on the floor, next to the first little puddle of water, is a second little puddle of water. And written in chalk on the cloakroom wall, it says, "The Phantom strikes again." That's progressive, I guess. One other thing I did want to mention, the bingo seems to be the big thing over here. I think you've had it a long time, but I've seen bingo addicts before, but none like I saw today. It was kind of touching. I was standing down in front of the Metropolitan Bingo Club, and there were a couple of, well, middle-aged old ladies, and they were at the box office buying their tickets to play bingo, you know, that very night. And as they were standing there, a funeral procession passed in front of them, and one of the ladies turned around and, you know, very reverently bowed her head. And her companion said, "That was a lovely thing to do." And she says, "And why not? It's the least I could do. He was a fine husband for 25 years. So bingo, please. Paul, what happened?
Found a nice quiet spot in the park.
Yeah?
And I told her we ran out of gas, and she didn't believe me, Johnny.
Ran out of gas in a baby carriage?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Paul, some kids have all the fun, but not with that line.
Yeah, I guess you're right, John. Would you look after this thing? Because I feel a little low down, and I want to go around the corner for a quick one.
Yeah, a quick one?
Yeah, you know, I need a little bit of a charge.
Oh, come on, Paul, you're kidding. You're underage, they won't serve you.
The bar I found, they don't pay any attention to those kind of laws.
Yeah?
I can get anything anytime I want, day or night.
Okay.
Yeah, the place is called Charlie's. Charlie sits there and he listens to all my troubles.
And what troubles?
Same old trouble, a girl.
I didn't know you had a girl.
That's just it, I haven't. It's my troubles.
That's trouble.
But Charlie, he's a sympathetic guy. He just sits there and polishes the bar and he listens to you. Johnny, would you look after this for me?
Yeah, I'll take it out and have it filled.
It's 2:45. No one in the place except then you and me. Set 'em up, man. In chemistry today, I flunked my exam. I tried my best each chemistry test, but my test tubes explode. So make it 1 double milkshake, 1 pie a la mode. I'm as blue as can be. My girl digs Elvis Presley in preference to me. Our love can't go far. I'm playing second fiddle to his guitar. Now I don't mean to knock that good Presley rock, but he's rocking my boat. Make it 1 triple milkshake, 1 more cherry coke. Now, you would never know it, but I'm a teenage poet, and I've got a lot of things to say. And man, when I get gloomy, keep passing pizza to me until my blues, they're all eaten away. Well, that's how it goes. I know you're getting tired of hearing my woes. Thanks for the food. I hope you didn't mind my miserable mood. But that road looks so rough, and I feel so stuffed that I know I'm gonna explode. So make it one double aspirin, one more for the road. That now I'd like you to meet the young lady of our show, Miss Linda Scott. Linda? How are you, Linda?
Oh, I feel crazy, man.
You always talk like that?
You mean English? Yeah, man.
Well, how old are you, Linda?
16, man.
Linda, I wish you'd stop calling me man. I mean, I'm only 20 years old myself. Look, I hope you don't mind it if I give you some friendly advice, but, I mean, after all, I'm a few years older than you. Almost another generation, really. You know, I'm a little bit more mature. Well, you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, you're a square.
Look, Linda, you're missing the whole point of view. I mean, that kind of hip talk, that's all right for the kids back in the States, but now that we're in Great Britain, I mean, don't you think that we ought to be a little more dignified in the way that we act and the way we speak? I mean, after all, don't you think that Mr. Kennedy would expect that of us?
Kennedy?
John F. Kennedy.
Does he blow with the band?
Look, Linda, what I'm trying to get at is that Britain is a land that's full of tradition and culture that goes back for years. Now, you look. You see this? This guidebook here says it would take you a year to see all the wonderful historical places that they have here. I mean, the art galleries alone. Now, let's take the National Galleries. The National Galleries. Here, look, it says right here. The collection at Trafalgar Square consists of European paintings of all schools, mainly from the 13th to the 19th centuries. Nearly all the most important old masters are represented by the finest masters, while for a combination of representation and quality, only the Louvre of all the other art galleries is comparable. And did you go to the National Galleries in Trafalgar Square? You did. What'd you think of it?
Squaresville with pigeons.
Square... Well, what about the British Museum?
Squaresville with mummies.
And Oxford?
Nowheresville.
Look, Linda, you're missing the whole point. Will you come here and sit down? Let's get this thing straightened out. Now, look. Did you see the lords and the ladies?
Oh, man, everyone's a swinger.
Did you hear Big Ben?
Oh, ring-a-ding-dinger.
The ladies are swingers. Benny's a dinger. Let's call the whole thing off. See the House of Commons.
Crazy, Dad.
Buckingham Palace.
Oh, that's a swinging pad.
Swinging pad. Crazy Dad. Let's call the whole thing off. Nelson statue.
Spooky freak.
River Thames.
Kooky creek.
A spooky freak. A kooky creek. Let's call the whole thing off. Now look, Linda, I mean, it's obvious that you and I are not gonna get along. I mean, we don't even speak the same language together.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Paul. I mean, how would you say squeezing.
How would I say squeezing? I'd say squeezing.
And I'd say squeezing.
I'd say kissing.
And I'd say kissing.
Squeezing, squeezing, kissing, kissing.
Where do we go from here?
Dad never made it clear. So let's call the whole thing off. You run along, Linda, and soak up some culture, and maybe you and I'll get together after all someday.
Well, Paul, I sure hope so, because I've had the most edifying, illuminating, and instructive experience.
Well, she's a gasser. Yes, very.
You know, Paul, I've been watching you the whole show. You know something? I envy you, really.
Gee, thank you very much, Johnny. You mean you really like the way I sing?
Yeah, I sure do. You know, I wish I could do it.
You mean you'd like to be a singer?
Well, frankly, no, but it seems like such a nice, easy way of making a living, you know?
Easy. I work very hard, you know.
Come on, Paul, what do you do now? All you singers, you get up in the morning, you stroll over to the studio whenever you want to. You get up in front of a camera and you inhale, and you exhale, and you inhale, and you exhale.
But, Johnny, that's singing.
No, that's breathing with an arrangement. That's nothing. How would you like to have to get to the studio at 7 o'clock sharp?
Well, that's not so bad.
I mean in the morning.
Oh.
You know the children's shows they have in the States?
You mean Captain Kangaroo, Captain Jet?
Uncle Don, all those fellas.
Yeah.
Well, you see, television, there starts real early in the morning. And I used to do one of those children's shows, and that's where you come to the studio, and they've got all the kids there. There are about 200 children, and they're all screaming. And it's kind of a frightening thing to have to come down and face those children. If you've been out the night before, you drank a little too much, and, well, frankly, you got a hangover. You know what I mean? So, the show I did was Deputy John's Fun Club. I thought you might like to have me give you an idea.
Sure.
I'll go back and I'll do Deputy John's Fun Club. This is a Saturday morning show with the children in the studio. And this follows the all-night Friday cocktail binge at which Deputy John was the life of the party. Follow me?
Yes.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Better get
Well,
going,
you better hurry up because you're on any minute now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, Joe, wrap it up. Okay, kids, settle down. Deputy John will be here in a minute. Now listen, when Deputy John asks you a question, I want you to answer. What do you say, Mark? How do I know? He should be here now. Ah, there he is now. Ten seconds to wear. You're on. You're on the air.
Hi out there, little buckaroos. This is Deputy John, and, well, where are we this morning, kids?
Deputy John's Fun Club!
That's right. Little buckaroos right here in good old Deputy John's Fun Club. And how do we start the day, kids? That's right. Laugh and be happy. Well, Deputy John's Fun Club, little buckaroos, we usually start off with our morning exercise time. But you all look pretty healthy out there this morning, so maybe we could just kind of forget those. Besides, Deputy John kind of strained his back last night, helping an old lady across the street. So maybe we ought to start off with our daily clean living hit. Doctors tell you, kids, that a good diet is important, buckaroos, every day, and that means plenty of water, especially starting off early in the morning with a good glass of water. So, Deputy John will just have one right along with you at home. Well, that certainly puts the old fire. I mean, that's certainly refreshing. Certainly refreshing, isn't it, you little buckaroos? Well, I guess maybe we better look at our winning letter today, and that winning letter is from Jimmy Wilson. So we'll open Jimmy's letter here. Get the letter right open here, and then we'll read Jimmy's letter. Why don't we just read Jimmy's letter a little later, huh? Right now, it's time to tell you about that wonderful product that brings you Deputy John's Fun Club. And what kind of a candy bar is that, kids? That's right. That's that wonderful chewy nougat candy bar. You know, it has that rich caramel butterscotch with that ripe California prune center. They're mighty good eating. Deputy John eats them all the time. We'll just have a bite along with you. There's real wonderful butterscotch. I think it's time for Deputy John's cartoon.
My one claim to fame was the fact that my name rhymed with Sanka. But after thinking it through, I said this won't do, so I'll make something of the name Anka. Now I thought about all different kinds of careers. I worried until I was green. Now by then I was getting along in my years. I must have been pushing 16. But I'm happy to say, one wonderful day, I was fiddling around my piano. That was my lucky day. Lady Luck smiled my way. But the lady's real name was Diana. I'm so young and you're so old. This, my darling, I've been told. I don't care just what they say, 'cause forever I will pray. You and I, we will be as free as the birds up in the trees. Oh, please stay by me, Diana. I sure can thank my lucky stars above, because I love what I'm doing, and I'm doing what I love. I'm a do-it-yourself type song man. I'm a do-it-yourself type god. I confess that I'm having myself a time singing my own music and rhyme. I'm a think-for-yourself type song man. I'm a write-it-yourself type guy. I'm thankful I was born with the musical knack. I'm thankful and I'm grateful 'cause it's great to look back on all the songs I wrote and then put down on track. Now if you could think back, let's say all the way back to 1959, you just might recollect these melodies of mine. Put your head on my shoulder, hold me in your arms, baby. Won't you kiss me once, baby? Tell me that you love me too. People say love's a game you just can't win. If there's a way, I'll find it someday, and then this fool will rush in. Put your head on my shoulder, whisper in my ear, baby. Words I want to hear, my little baby. Put your head on my shoulder. You are my destiny. You share my reverie. You are my dream come true. That's what you are. heaven, and heaven alone can take your love from me. I'd be a fool to ever leave you, dear, and a fool I will never be. My dream come true. That's what you There you go, baby. Here am I. Well, you left me here so I could sit and cry. Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Do you remember, baby, last September, how you held me tight each and every night? Well, a daisy, how you drove me crazy, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. The train of love keeps a moving on and down the track. I left so fast that I even forgot to pack. I called my baby on the telephone to meet me at the station, 'cause I'm coming home on board the train of I'm just a lonely boy, lonely and blue. I'm all alone, I've got nothing to do. Well, I got everything you could think of. All I want is someone to love. Someone, yes, someone to love. Someone to kiss, someone to hold. At a moment like this, I'd like to hear just somebody say, I'll give you my love each night and day. La 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 la. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me thrill all your charm. Hold me tight. Tonight, my love, tonight. Love me so. And never let me go. Hold me right. Tonight, my love, tonight. Dance on, little girl. In the arms of someone new. As you dance, as you twirl, my heart it dances with you. Dance on, little girl. Tell me, why did we part? Dance on, little girl. Dance out of my heart. I took a trip to my hometown. I only stopped just to look around. And as I walked along the thoroughfare, there was music playing everywhere. The music came from within my heart. How did it happen? How did it start? I only know that I fell in love. I guess the answer lies up above. Oh, what a feeling. My all through the night until the break of dawn. I hear a birdie up in a tree, I hear him sing this little melody, and so we sing yeah 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 yeah. Well, all day long yeah 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 yeah. With a little bit of cha cha cha. This do-it-yourself type song man, he's a happy-go-lucky Joe. I confess I've been lucky with June and Moon, but it's you who really have called the tune. So this do-it-yourself type song man only hopes that you liked his show. I hope that I can sing for you 5 years from today. Then I'll be in my 20s with my hair turning gray. Though I'll be old and weary, still I'll cheerfully say, thanks for helping my career get underway. Yes, thanks to you. And just